Hi, I'm Anna Claire Hodge. Thank you so much for being with me while I read a few of my poems to you. The first is called Royal Wedding Commemorative Mug, and I find it pretty pertinent as the news about Princess Kate Middleton, is everywhere right now. And this poem is about the tradition in my family that we wake up very early when there are royal weddings and watch them. Royal Wedding Commemorative Mug for my sister, Sarah. I've forgotten, of course, about metals and microwaves, the way heat moves, gold leaf sparking across the glass plate, crusted with the splattered sauce of last night's lasagna. Like thermals that push the wings of kestrels, the same airflow and angle that thrusts me north to you. I grip the arms of my narrow seat in coach as the plane flings itself down the tarmac, and remember our mother's prayers each time we flew, fingers woven together as she whispered pleas to some God for our safety. I come to you with a carry-on stuffed with cardboard tiaras, plastic diamond rings, and in the dark before morning, we wake, boil water for tea, and watch as Kate slips, thin as tissue, into the Rolls-Royce that shuttles her to Westminster Abbey. And as Pippa smooths her sister's gown, I confess that during takeoff, I wished for the Boeing to flame into ash, for any excuse to die, not by my own hand. A boys' choir chirps their hymn as we dip shortbread into Earl Grey, the way your tiny hand slid into mother's vanity drawer, plucked one sleeping pill each night, then hoarded those little moons in your music box, insurance against a dark that at age 6 you already felt looming. Celebrities file in as the newscasters tell us of the orange blossoms that scent the cathedral, and the voices of the children rise into the nave. Optometry technician in training. Once, against all I'd been taught of privacy, I left an exam room door wide open for the stench of smoke and booze that hung intently on a man who slurred his symptoms, the apples of his graying cheeks caked in the body's thick slop. I learned that an irritation gone too long can blind you, how to gently clean an eye bleeding white. The doctor whispered, "This is why I hate taking Medicaid," then strode in. Men and women arrive all day, worried about infection, blindness, relieved as I mimic how to scrub the lash line gently, use a compress to relieve an angry pink lid. Just days here, I found that patients often lie about their vision, squint at the letters projected in the dark, hope to call out correctly the lines that spell nothing at all, so scared to fail. They leave with lenses too weak against the blurring of traffic lights, television, their children's faces. I greet another patient, lead him to yet another dim room, ask if his sight satisfies him, wrap a cuff around his arm, and slide into my ears the stethoscope's cold hook. Write a blood pressure on his chart that is entirely false, having not yet learned to hear correctly the heart's small bleeding. Sephora during the cancer scare. Smile widely at the black smocked salesgirls. Like chemists, they explain acid, hydration, suggest a balm to firm your thighs, but can't tell you whether you're dying. Girls these days draw freckles on their cheeks, across the bridge of a nose, rather than hide them. This is the world now. Expose, uncover your body to the sun, to a man, to a camera, to the doctors who for weeks have asked you to describe the pain, how your belly swells and stabs, offered styrofoam cups of neon juice to trace pathways through the meat of you. Now, somewhere on a computer screen, you are flayed and regarded, the spot on your liver learning its own name. You've always been impatient, the girl who wants and wants. Have you broken yourself with the having of it all? For now, open clamshells of eyeshadow, trace lipsticks over the root ball of veins in your hand until you are smudged berry and coral. Choose orange, bright, louder than ever. Instructions for the good girl. No one will need the book. There's the internet now. Still, give the joy of cooking to each new bride you know. Understand that women don't do things correctly anymore. Women that have long hair after 40, who think it's fine to throw a baby shower for their own daughter, don't send thank you notes or freeze violets into an ice mold to float in a punch bowl, who date Black men and eat in front of the television, who drink too much, host sex toy parties and lick flavored nipple creams from their wrists, who wear sticky red lipstick. What do they expect if they don't lose the baby weight or have dinner waiting for their husbands? What did you expect, kissing men in Italian nightclubs on study abroad? She'd already told you a red-blooded man would only do what you let him. Thank you so much.